Hello and welcome once again to StrangePlay. My name is Rik.
My name is Simon.
And this is our review for Ubisoft's E3 2018 press conference.
Let's just get it out of the way. Just Dance opened. Neither of us are interested.
Just Dance, just get on with it.
Just fuck off. Right. The real show started with Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, again, no gameplay. Funky CGI trailer.
There were a little bit of gameplay. They showed, it was tiny as well, like 10 or 20 seconds, where they showed how seamless it was between going from your craft and being on foot. But it's so early doors yet that, although it's exciting to see Beyond Good and Evil, it's still very much, well, like, what's the story about? Like, it threw a bit of a spanner in the works with the old Jade getting revealed at the end of the trailer.
Yeah, that was weird, because now it's like, is it a prequel because Paige knows her? You know, Paige looks at it and is like, Jade? Or is it a sequel? Does she turn bad? Is this a younger Jade?
See, I was always under the assumption that Jade she was brought up by Paige, but they've confirmed that it's a prequel, so I don't know whether he sort of cleans her up, or... honestly, I have no fucking idea what's going on.
Yeah, and like tonally it feels completely different to the first one. So if it is a prequel, how does she go from being badass pirate captain to freelance photographer? It's a bit of a career change, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit. She's a bit clean living, isn't she, in this first game?
It just seems very odd. So
it could be amazing. It could be the biggest fucking disappointment ever.
Yeah.
I think there might be too many cooks in the kitchen for Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, and it's not helped by the fact that Joseph Gordon-Levitt's company's involved with making music and assets and stuff for it.
Speaking of which, people can actually put graffiti and stuff into the game. They're running a bit of a crowdsourcing thing where if you've got stuff that you want in the game, advertising, hoardings, adverts on the sides of cars or buses, graffiti, all that incidental stuff that details the world, they want you to do that. Which is kind of cool, but also kind of fucking cheeky.
It's a cool idea, like it's a cool collaboration thing, especially when it comes to the music and stuff, because it's not just draw a picture or put it in the game, it's work with people. And it's basically creating like a global brainstorming creative network, which is cool. Like the stuff that he does, I think it's called Press Record, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
His company. Like the stuff that they do is fantastic, and it's a really interesting idea. So to see them being involved with video games is really cool, because it's just the next step for them. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt just seems like one of the most awesome dudes on the planet. Like, really into what he does, really creative, really about helping people grow, helping creativity grow. So I'm really excited to see what they can do with the game. But I kind of just wish that they were doing a different game, because something just feels strange about Beyond Good and Evil 2. Like, the first one was such a small story. You know, it was a very small world. It felt very small.
We're all self-contained apart from the cliffhanger end.
Yeah, and that was cool. I dug it. I love the fact that it was a little smaller than the Zelda games, and I like it when games grow, like over a series. Like, I don't know, when the second one feels a bit bigger than the first one, and then the third one feels bigger. But to go from tiny little contained story to galaxy...
It's a big fucking jump, innit?
I think overwhelming is a good word. I think, yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2 makes me feel overwhelmed. And like, I'm interested in it, don't get me wrong, I've wanted it for years. Super interested to see it, and I really want to know what the story is now that I know that it is Paige, Jade, and their story. I want to see how it moves into the first one, but yeah, cautiously optimistic, I think. What about you?
For me, I want to see how it turns out before I start asserting opinions on it.
The next few months are going to be telling.
I don't think it'll be out in the next few months. I think it'll take fucking years.
But we'll see some more in the next few months.
More than likely. I don't think it'll be out until 2020, maybe. It'll be one of those games that sees out this generation.
Do you reckon it'll be one of the last games of the generation then?
Yeah, it'll be a swan song game.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Rainbow Six Siege goes from strength to strength. It's got 40 operators now. There's a lot of esports backing behind it, and for some reason they wanted you to watch a fucking documentary.
That was boring as fuck, wasn't it?
Yeah, as much as I admire Rainbow Six Siege for pulling itself out of the fucking hole that it dug itself into when it came out, I'm just not interested in esports.
No,
and
me neither.
I'm certainly not interested in watching a fucking documentary on it.
I've got nothing to add to this.
Yeah, it's very much one of those things that I think it's a success story for them. So they sort of want to roll it out. It's like, yeah, you remember when we fucked this up? Yeah, it's who's laughing now, sort of thing.
Trials Rising, then. New Trials game.
That fucking twat coming out and destroying the stage. I'm using air quotes here. Stage. What a fucking idiot.
That's something that I really didn't like about the Ubisoft conference. The fact that each presentation had to put on a little show. Like for the Just Dance intro, then you had this twat, then people coming out and having, even Beyond Good and Evil, it's like, let's bring out a celebrity and do something. I like it when they just do what Microsoft did. Come out, yeah, here's some shit, here's a load of stuff. Come out, another quick word, a load of other stuff. But when you've got guys like this twat in the Evil Knievel get up, fucking acting like Mr. Blobby at Noel's house party. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, just fucking get on with it. The game looks cool. The game looks like every other Trials game, but prettier and deadlier.
It's still Trials. And they're asking people to fucking like crowdsource levels and stuff again, which is... Oh, come on, guys. Like
more creative stuff, isn't it? They've got like speedrunners and streamers and stuff to come and give their 2 cents into what they want to see in levels and stuff. And I said to you during the live show, but Ubisoft do seem to be doing a lot of come and make our game for us, I think is how you put it during the live show. It's like, yeah, come and design our game for us.
I think there's a difference. I mean, I was just going to compare the shows of Ubi and Bethesda, because there were a lot of funny parts in it, in Bethesda's.
Yeah.
And Ubi tried to be funny as well, in certain parts, but it fell completely flat. I don't know if it's because how corporate it is. It was just totally misguided. I don't want to see that fucking stuff.
No.
So, Trials Rising, couldn't give a fuck about it. I know a lot of people could, though. It's I know some people that have titled it their game of their show, so...
Oh, that's fair enough.
Yeah, because they're that into Trials, but for me, it's just a fucking... It'd just be a game that I skip over when I'm looking at the store.
Now, something that did get us interested was The Division 2. The more I've seen about that over this E3 week, the more interested I've got. And the Ubisoft show told us that we're getting 8-player raids. Yeah,
8-player raids, all the DLC's free. Specifically, all the content is free. I'm guessing they're going to pay for it with microtransactions.
Yeah, it makes sense.
With different clothes and skins and stuff, which just seems to be de rigueur now, as far as fucking video gaming goes.
But yeah, with stuff like that, with microtransactions and things, if people buying jeans for a character in a game means that I get to play new content for free, I ain't got a problem with it.
I think there's some questions that need answering that I didn't pick up on if they did answer them. The main one would be, is our character transferable from Division 1? And how big is it? Because I find it kind of strange that Division was set in the southern part of Manhattan. It just cut off just below Central Park, and then it cuts off on the other side where the Twin Towers were.
Right.
There's quite a sizable bit there, but they could have added districts and moved Joe further upstate or gone to different states in New York. There's plenty for them to go. They could go north to Queens, they could go south to Brooklyn. But to see them completely move locales is... I mean, we sort of guessed it. Yeah, we didn't guess the right one, but like it's going to be interesting to see how that works. Because I'm guessing Washington is a very different place.
Yeah.
Just with the people that are there, and that's going to reflect in their enemies and the verticality as well, because New York's really built up. There's a lot of the world's tallest buildings are there. It's pretty much, well, Manhattan is really built up. Although these are a subway system there, which is like there's a lot of stuff there that they can use, Joe. That like the ideas will transfer across. So yeah, I'm kind of excited for it, but I've been burnt.
Yeah,
specifically with Division 1 being a bit shit at the end game before they sorted it out, supposedly. And also with Activision and Bungie with Destiny to Destiny 2, like, they say that people learn from other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
But there's every chance that they're just going to fucking repeat what Bungie did. And that'd fucking break my heart. If that comes out true, I'll be so fucking annoyed.
But there's also a chance that they're going to do what EA are doing now. And they've looked at EA's mistakes and gone, let's do the opposite, and it could end up working really well. But time will tell. Shall we move on?
Yeah, there was that Donkey Konga thing with the rabbits.
A band was playing, weren't they?
Yeah.
I went and made a burrito, didn't I?
And you went and had a piss.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
made a sadness burrito.
Just please don't play fucking music. I don't know what's going on. Were you guys thinking that you can just fucking put shows on like this? If I wanted to watch a fucking band, I'd go watch a band. I don't need this shit. Just fucking get on with it.
Yeah, and the game, it's just Rabbids, isn't it, with Donkey Kong. So, alright, cool. Skull and Bones got shown again. All the worst parts of Assassin's Creed 4 put into a game all on its own.
You were sort of digging it though.
No, I dig pirates. I really like pirates.
Oh, okay. So it's just the pirate part that you like.
Yeah.
It's not the actual
I'm
sailing.
a big pirate fan. I love anything with pirates, but I'm not a fan of the sailing from the Assassin's Creed games. And this literally just looks like a game of the sailing from the Assassin's Creed games. Although, to me, it looks like your ship's a menu, because you can move about your ship, or like take control of different people on your ship. So you can be like the guy at the wheel, and then you can switch to the guy in the crow's nest, and then the guy at the cannons, and it kind of just feels like flicking through a menu, but it's like a big fancy ship-shaped menu.
Yeah.
That you can point and fire at someone else's menu. And yeah, the sea battle stuff just doesn't interest me at all. If you could get off your ship and beat a pirate, like Assassin's Creed 4, but without all the running, jumping, climbing trees, just swashbuckle your way through the Caribbean, I'd have been well onto it. But it's just the sailing that doesn't interest me at all. It looks fantastic though, beautiful looking game.
That's where I'm going to get on, and that's where I'm going to get off. It looks amazing. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah. Something that looks weird. Transference, a VR game by Elijah Wood's company.
Yeah. Again, looks kind of interesting.
This just looks like PT, but instead of ghosts, it's got digital ghosts. But I'm sure people are going to dig it. I mean, we had a laugh with it. You made some funny jokes.
Oh yeah, some really, really bad taste jokes.
Yeah, but they're the best kind of jokes, aren't they? But yeah, don't really know where to go on from that, so I'm just going to move on to the next one.
They're linking toys up, actual reality with video games with Starlink.
Yeah, No Man's Sky with Lego, it looks like to me.
Yeah, featuring Star Fox.
In another Ubisoft Nintendo crossover. I don't know what Ubisoft have done, but Nintendo are being really fucking generous with them.
I think it might have something to do with Rayman and the love that they put into that platform game. Those Rayman Oranges and Rayman Lemons are superb games. Like they're comparable with Mario's stuff. And I think there must be some like gentlemanly agreement there that it's like, okay, we trust you with our stuff.
And the fact that they made such a good game with Mario and Rabbids. They were respectful of the license and the IP. Whereas before, when Nintendo used to lease their stuff out, we ended up with The Legend of Zelda, The Wand of Gamelon, and those 3 fucking games.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I've bleached them from my mind.
Yeah. So it's nice to see Nintendo are working with people again. And the thing that was so great about this is when Miyamoto was given that prototype R-Wing, he looks so happy.
Yeah, I want one of those.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the all amiibo fucking all collectible shebang that everyone's into these days. But yeah, I'd have one of those, and I'd have it on my computer desk here.
Right, what else we got?
For Honor is getting free update called Marching Fire. It updates with 4 new fighters from the Wu Ling dynasty. I hope I've pronounced that right.
Actually, it's pronounced Wu-Tang.
Yeah, this ain't nothing to fuck with. There's a 4 versus 4 mode. Well, it's a castle siege, and they've called it Breach. Again, I think this is a posturing thing, like they were doing with Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, do you remember when this were fucked up? Hey, it's not fucked up anymore. Like, Joe, come and play it. We need players. Also, it was free for a limited time on PC. I don't know if it'll be free by the time this video goes out, but I think that's a nice gesture, giving the game away.
Yeah, definitely.
It's doing them a favour and it's doing gamers a favour, because people were a bit sceptic of buying in, so the server numbers are low, and it has a knock-on effect because it's a PvP game. So, yeah, winners all around there, I think.
I know nothing about For Honor. It's nothing I'm interested in, to be honest. But good updates for good games that people enjoy. It's no bad thing.
It's nice to see Ubisoft standing by the games and carrying on pushing them.
Yeah.
I know you're not interested in For Honor, but what are your feelings on The Crew 2?
Well, it was my favourite presentation out of the whole Ubisoft show because the lady came on, can't remember what her name is, but she came on, she went, "Hello, this is The Crew," and left.
Yeah, basically.
And got on with it.
And it was like, oh, thank fuck for that. Someone's got some common sense.
Yeah, I said to you during the live show, I was like, she's my favourite.
Yeah.
Because she came on, introduced the game, and let us see the game.
It were like, do you know when you go to Tesco or Morrison's or whatever and the cashiers try to fucking talk with you when you're busy?
Yeah.
And she's like, I just want to fucking get out of this place. Just give me what I need and let me go. It were like that. It were like, she did her job and she did it well. In and out.
Yeah.
As far as The Crew goes...
I would have been more interested in it if I hadn't already seen Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah, that's its main competition. But Forza Horizon 4 isn't on PlayStation 4. So... you can sort of see why it exists.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's against some fucking serious competition, though, because if I were to pick between those two, it's going to be Forza 4 every single time. I don't care if there's bikes in The Crew or planes or the all of fucking America to drive around. I'm going to pick Forza 4.
Yeah. Like, I'm not a big racing fan. I think the last racing game I had a go on, actually, might have been a Forza game. It was when Fast and Furious 7 came out. And they had the crossover event where you could get Dom's car.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, other than that, it was cool. I just think Forza Horizon 4 seems to be doing it better.
Interestingly, no Need for Speed this year for it to contend against.
Yeah. A lot of our EA predictions didn't come to fruition.
I had a sneaking suspicion that Burnout might have got announced at the EA one, but I was a bit tepid on saying that, just because I thought, well, what they're going to do is, instead of releasing a Need for Speed, they'll release Need for Speed, but just label it Burnout. Do you know what I mean? Just reskin it.
Yeah.
And sort of piss a lot of people off. I'm glad they're not doing that, though, because that'd be fucking sacrilege.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with Burnout.
And to close then, we had Assassin's Creed China. Wasn't announced. But we did get Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I think looks incredible.
It does. Again, it's one of those games that I'm sort of... I dig how it looks, but I'm not sure it's for me. Maybe it is. Maybe I just need to, suck it and see. But, yeah, I really don't know.
I thought Assassin's Creed Origins looked cool. And I love the whole aesthetic. I love the setting. I love that they redesigned the gameplay mechanics and stuff. But this just looks like it's taken it a little bit further. It doesn't look like Assassin's Creed anymore. Like, if they would have just called this Odyssey and changed a couple of gameplay mechanics on it, it could have been its own game from the looks of it.
I think, yeah, the Assassin's Creed name is such a pull, though, that it's always going to pull people in.
Yeah.
And that's why they do it.
I do think that is literally just a brand now.
Yeah.
Whereas before, it always felt like Altair and Ezio. But the further away they've got from those characters, the more expansive and different the games have got, that now it's its own beast completely. But I think this looks incredible. The setting is beautiful. The scenery and world just looks incredible. I love the fact that you can now choose between being a guy or a girl.
What about the story branching options?
I think that's interesting. I don't know how it's going to work with the whole Animus thing.
I don't think the Animus is part of it now, is it?
I don't know. I hope not, because I fucking hated the Animus.
Fuck Desmond, you fucking mangy twat.
The worst parts of the Assassin's Creed games was when it forced you to get out of the Animus and walk around the real world. Like, I haven't played one since 4, because for me, 4 was just like the pinnacle. It's pirates, mate.
I've only ever played the second one. We spoke about this before.
Yeah.
I've only ever played the second one, and the bit where you're in the real world, there were a guy, and he's based on a real person. He's a bespectacled comedian.
Danny Wallace.
And I fucking hated him. I fucking hated his character. Like, every time I had to talk to him, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, can't go fucking talk to this guy. And he'd be really snarky, and it's like, yeah, fuck off, mate. It's like, sometimes I just feel like turning game off after having to talk to him.
Yeah, I fucking hated his character in Assassin's Creed 2. So that is it for our review of the Ubisoft E3 2008 press conference. But let us know what you think. Which games did you like the look of? Which did you think were shit? Was there anything that you wanted to see that wasn't there? Let us know in the comments below. You can also talk to us over at Twitter at StrangePlay UK, or you can visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/StrangePlayUK. Also, if you like this video and like what we do on the channel, feel free to give us a like and a subscribe. We love it, puts a smile on Simon's face, makes him really, really happy. You can hear it in his voice.
Oh, yeah.
But until next time, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you then.
Bye-bye.